Guided transpersonal meditation. The energies that do not belong to me. A journey toward awareness, inner freedom, and reconciliation with my story. At this moment, I allow myself to pause. I do not need to solve anything. I do not need to make any decisions. I do not need to understand everything. For a few moments, I simply allow myself to be here, present, breathing, alive. I gently bring my attention to my breath. I inhale slowly. I exhale deeply. Once again, I breathe in calm. I breathe out tension. With each breath, I allow my body to relax a little more. My shoulders soften. My face relaxes. My chest opens. My mind becomes quiet. And little by little, I enter a space of silence and inner listening. Now I imagine myself walking along an ancient path, a path that leads me inward, toward the deepest part of myself. I walk slowly, without hurry, feeling each step, feeling the earth beneath my feet, feeling the air upon my skin. As I move forward, I become aware that behind me lies a long story, the story of my family, the story of those who came before me, my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, entire generations who lived, loved, struggled, dreamed, and suffered. I do not need to analyze anything. I simply acknowledge that because of them, I am here today. I breathe, and I allow their presence to become conscious within me. Now I bring my attention to my present life, to what I am experiencing at this moment, and I ask myself, what emotion occupies the most space within me today? Perhaps it is sadness, perhaps it is fear, perhaps it is anger, perhaps it is exhaustion, perhaps it is a sense of emptiness, perhaps it is a feeling of heaviness. I allow it to appear. I do not fight it. I do not try to change it. I simply observe it. I feel it. I acknowledge it. And from this place of honesty, I ask myself, does this emotion belong only to my present experience? Or is it also connected to something I learned, witnessed, or absorbed throughout my life? I do not search for a mental answer. I do not need to be right. I simply listen. I allow my body to respond. I allow my heart to respond. I allow my soul to respond. Now I imagine a sacred fire appearing before me, a radiant fire, transformative, purifying, and I notice that I am carrying a backpack upon my shoulders, a backpack filled with experiences, beliefs, fears, expectations, responsibilities, invisible loyalties. I take a moment to observe what it contains. Perhaps I find the need to please everyone. Perhaps I find the fear of disappointing others. Perhaps I find the belief that I must sacrifice myself in order to be loved. Perhaps I find the belief that I do not deserve to be fully happy. Perhaps I find burdens I did not even know I was carrying. I observe them with respect, without judgment, recognizing that at some point they served a purpose, recognizing that at some point they tried to protect me. And now, one by one, I take them into my hands. I thank them, and I offer them to the fire. I watch as the flames transform them. They do not destroy them, they transform them into light, into learning, into wisdom. I take a deep breath, and I feel my body becoming lighter. Now I imagine my parents standing before me, and behind them, all those who came before. I observe them, not as perfect figures, not as imperfect figures, simply as human beings, with their light and their shadows, with their joys and their wounds, with their strengths and their limitations, And from my heart, I say to them, thank you for life. Thank you for everything you were able to give me. Thank you also for what you could not give me. Today, I recognize that at times I have tried to carry pain that did not belong to me. I have tried to understand what could not be understood. I have tried to repair what could not be repaired. I have tried to hold what was never mine to carry. And today I understand that I do not need to suffer in order to belong. I do not need to repeat any story in order to love. I do not need to carry another person's burden in order to honor my roots. With respect, I return to you what belongs to your path. And with gratitude, I receive what truly belongs to me: life, strength, experience, learning, and the freedom to choose. Now I place both hands over my heart, and I feel that deep within me there is a presence, a wise part, a free part, an untouched part, a part that has always been there, beyond fear, beyond wounds, beyond family stories, beyond all conditioning. For a few moments, I remain connected to this presence, and from this place I affirm, I have the right to live my own life. I have the right to choose my own path. I have the right to learn from my history without becoming trapped by it. I have the right to grow. I have the right to transform. I have the right to be who I truly am. I no longer need to carry what does not belong to me. I no longer need to hold on to what limits my growth. Today I open myself to a new way of living. More aware, more free, more authentic. Now I feel a light emerging from the center of my heart. A warm light, a peaceful light, a profound light. This light represents my awareness, my essence, my ability to choose, my inner freedom. I allow this light to expand throughout my entire body, through my thoughts, through my emotions, through my story, and beyond my story. I take a deep breath and I say to myself, I honor my roots, I honor my path, I honor my learning, and I choose to walk with my own steps. Little by little, I begin to feel my body once again, my hands, my legs, my breathing, the space around me. I take 3 deep breaths, and when I feel ready, I slowly open my eyes, carrying with me a new understanding. I can love my story without repeating it. I can honor my roots without becoming trapped by them, and I can fully live the life that is mine to live. Thank you.